Hey, welcome to Smoking Eagles Rod Shop. I'm Dustin. If you're new around here, hey, give us a like or a subscribe if what I'm doing tickles your innards. And today we're going to be working on my old blue van. Got a couple of quick things to do to it, and I thought you guys might enjoy it, so let's go check it out. So the first thing I need to do is measure the vent in the roof, because I don't actually have one. If you've seen any of the previous videos on the van, that vent up there leaked years and years ago, and that's what rotted the floor out back here. I've said it a couple of times. No need to beat the dead horse, I guess. So my grandpa put that piece of wood up there, and I want to put a new vent in it. So we're going to climb up on the roof here. I'm going to grab a tape measure and see if we can't measure that opening, and I can go on the old interwebs and find us a new vent. So as you can see, my grandpa put these screws in here, and this piece of sheet metal, it's real flimsy up here, so I understand why this thing failed at some point. When I get the new one, we'll figure out some way to support that, either with some thin angle iron or something on the inside to help kind of stiffen this roof up so that hopefully it doesn't leak again. But I won't know how to do that until we actually find something and it shows up. For now, I just need to know this width. If only I was about 4 inches taller, this would be real easy. Now it looks like it's about 14 1/8 rough opening. And this way looks to be about the same, 14 1/8 rough opening. So I'll get on the old interwebs there and see if I can't find us a cool replacement. Maybe one that's got a little 12-volt fan in it, and yeah, opens up, maybe tinted, or who knows what. We'll find something cool. So the next thing I need to do is this carpet. Oh man, I'm getting too old to be hopping around like a kid. Hey, there's my sweet little camping chair. I like to chill in out here and think about my project. So let's go around here and check out this carpet. So as you can see, I've still got the carpet in up here in the front. I never took it out. It's actually cut here into a couple of pieces. So I need to take all this out so I can really assess how bad the floors are in here. And I think there's supposed to be a floor in here at some point. That looks like brake lines. Pretty sure those are supposed to be under the floor. So I'll get you guys set up so you can see what I'm doing here. I don't know exactly how to get this carpet out from underneath this seat cover here. Maybe just lift it up. I don't know, I really can't see under there. There's got to be a way this unhooks off of here. I'll get you guys set up. I'll get a flashlight, some tools, start pulling this trim and stuff off, and we'll get this carpet out of here and we'll assess the situation. All right, so I got some tools here. See what we can kind of figure out. Looks like this is some Phillips screws that are underneath a bunch of junk. Yeah, that one's not coming out. I just busted the whole end off this bit. Well, that's what you get. Straight from China. Go grab us a new bit. All right, so I got us a new bit here, and I also got this impact driver. So hopefully I can get that screw out of there that don't want to come out. I think it's going the right direction. I don't think that worked. Hey, that one broke off. Better than nothing. That one's trying to strip. Ha! Snapped the end off of that one too. Man, I just got some junk tools today. Piece of crapola. Well, we'll break the other side, right? Yep, that one broke too. Okay, two down. Okay, I got a quick change. Here we go. But I still don't have much hope in this. Well, maybe I'll try the old nut driver on this one. Shattered that one. Man, it's a rough afternoon already. Project ain't starting the way I thought it would. Man, looks like there's a couple of screw holes up here. Of course, we know how my screws are coming out today. So let me figure out a solution to these screws real quick, and I will be right back. Might have to just start drilling them out. Man, these screws are brutal. So this stuff says liquid grip, prevent screws from stripping. Shake well prior to use. Done. Apply a drop to fastener head or tool prior to use. Use tools to back out or install fastener to desired location. Cleanup. Wipe excess from tools, materials, and fasteners with a paper towel. Yeah. I mean, it sounds too good to be true, right? I mean, yeah, it sounds too good to be true, but hey, of course the end needs cut. Let me go cut the end open, and I'll put a drop in here. We'll see what happens. Give her up. I'll try anything at this point. Okay, so guys, this stuff is called Tank Bond by DAP. Liquid grip. Cut the end off. Probably should have just poked a hole in it with a needle, but hey, it says 1 drop. I'm gonna apply it directly to the screw to see what this stuff looks like. Okay, is there anything in here? Oh shit. Yeah, this stuff comes out quick. It's like, it's not super runny. It's kind of gooey and it's like silver. So I'm just gonna get it down in here and just put this in there. It doesn't say to let it sit for any period of time or anything, so I think it just wants me to give it the jam. I'm like pushing up against the dash and down. That's not working. This stuff, no, it don't work. Try it on the next screw. Of course, this one I'm a little crooked. It's just not working, guys. It's just not working. The stuff's junk. And I snapped the head off of that one. So maybe it started to dry and get sticky or something. There it is. I mean, the stuff's not even sticky. How's that supposed to keep shit from stripping if it's not even sticky? And I got my little Dremel here. I got these little cut-off or grinding discs, and I just stack a bunch of them together to make them wider and last a little longer. I've got my screws here. And I'm just grinding the head of that screw down So I think it's close enough that I'll be able to put a screwdriver under here and pop the head right off that screw. Some of these screws have been replaced before because they're obviously bigger than others. Hey, everything you do, if you take your time and you practice real good, then when it actually matters, you know, you're not trying it for the first time on your 69 Chevelle, right? You're learning on the old going to town merch van. Well, let's see if we can get this up under here and get a little pressure on that. And maybe, just maybe, well, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've tried every frickin' thing I can come up with, and I'm feeling awfully defeated at the moment. This has been up pretty bad here. It's not so bad here, but the only real option I've come up with other than grinding them down as far as I can is just working this flat screwdriver down through here until they pop like this. I'm afraid to put my air chisel in there because I'm afraid that my air chisel will just destroy this. Hey, looks like we got it. Jeez, that stuff definitely became one with the trim. That is rough, guys. But it's all one piece. I could save that. Let's continue on our carpet journey. Finally, I've been struggling with this for 25-30 minutes, guys, at least. Holy cow. All right, so we're back. As you can see, I changed my duds. And yeah, had to pause the video. We had to do our live last night. If you missed that, go check out our lives. They're fun and goofy, and of course they're live. But if you watch them after the fact, you can still comment, you can still share, you can still hit us up with any questions or anything like that. So yeah, just because the live's over doesn't mean that the live's over, if you know what I mean. But anyway, gonna get back on this carpet. Yesterday was just fighting me, man. It was one of those days. Cut my finger, just everything went wrong. So gonna hit it with a fresh new perspective and new light on the situation. So basically, I think what I'm gonna do is just take these big old shears and we're just gonna cut as much of the carpet out as we can, and then I'm gonna deal with the trim and all that other crap, and I can sweep this out, clean it up as best I can, maybe hit PB blaster on everything that doesn't want to come out. So yeah, I'll get you guys set up, and that's kind of what I'm gonna do. That's my game plan. Okay, so here's what we got. I had a couple of little screws here that I had to get out of this plastic piece so I could lift it up out of the way. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna pull this passenger seat out. There's like 4 bolts here, and hopefully these come right out. The driver's side has the bolts in there too. I may pull that seat out and then just rip the carpet out the rest of the way. The floor over here is not looking so good. It's pretty much gone all the way back. What's cool is this little air vent here that goes, you know, right down in the old fender well there. Luckily, this patch panel here is only like 30 bucks. The problem is, I don't know where it stops down here. And obviously, we're gonna need floor back behind here because that's under the seat, the driver's seat. So getting these seats out is gonna be a little bit bigger chore on the driver's side because the bolts probably aren't going to want to come out. But we've got to get this carpet out of here, so I'm just going to keep thrashing away, and you guys can keep watching the struggle because it's real. I got the passenger seat, not the driver's seat, passenger seat out. Unbelievable. All the bolts actually came out. We've got a rust hole here. Don't know how bad it is, but it doesn't go back to here. So that's only a small little section there. Might have to patch in and then get the rest of this carpet out of here and see how bad this is. But it's obviously getting as bad as that. So, I mean, clearly we're gonna have to cut all this out of here. The big question is, you know, this across here where the seats are, how bad is that? Because I don't know if they make panels for that, and if they do, I haven't seen any. If anybody has any cool ideas for a center console, let me know in the comments. Hit me up. I don't want it to look like a van console, center console. I want it to be removable, so I don't want to bolt it down. You know, milk crate type sized, but something we can make here in the shop, whether it's like out of a 5-horse Briggs & Stratton that's blown up, or an old, you know, something cool that we can have there. A couple cup holders, maybe a gas tank that flips open and has like a little bit of storage for like keys and stuff. Just something cool that kind of sits there. I'll rip all the guts and stuff out of the inside of it so it doesn't weigh a ton, and then we can move it around if we want to move it around. Maybe slide it into the back seat and use it like maybe like almost like an end table type top thing. I don't know. I kind of have an idea in my head. Help me figure this out, guys. Give me some good ideas on how we can make that happen. And yeah, it'll be really cool. But it's got to have character. It's got to look cool and fit kind of the shop vibe here. So anyway, with that in your mind kicking around, I'm going to keep trucking on this carpet. I'll put you back on the old time lapse there, and I'll just keep tearing this crap out of here. I might set you up over there and kind of let you watch this way. I'm making progress though, so I'm not going to go over to the driver's side and make myself upset, because that's what's going to happen when I try and take those bolts out, because they are not going to come out like these did, because yeah, we all know. Needed a break there. My back's killing me for being all hunched over like Hunchback of Notre Dame. But let me show you what we got here. So this is the front floor up in here. Obviously it's all rotted out. It's kind of like the driver's side, you know. It's just got a little go fast air vent there. This channel here is all rotted out, but again, this is just one big floor patch panel piece, and it's available online. I just don't know how far back it comes. Now, this looks really bad, guys. This looks really bad. This was all full of rust down in here, mouse house, everything. I know what you're thinking, man, this thing is horrible. Well, it's really not that bad. It looks really bad, and I know I said it was really bad just, you know, for dramatization, over-dramatization, or whatever they call that on the fancy TV shows. But, honestly, guys, I ordered this patch panel, chop this out, set it in here, see how far back it's gonna come. I'll weld that all in, and then this can literally just be a flat piece of steel as long as I put the bolt holes for the seats in the exact same spot, because we're gonna put carpet over it. It doesn't need all these ribs and crap that they put in it. Over here, it's actually solid. So what I'll do is I'll just cut this out to here. This is double thick because this is where the back of the van actually starts. So I'll just overlap a piece right over on top of that, and then we can just weld it right to it, and it'll come over, and I'll cut all this out. This will all be gone, and we'll just have one piece of sheet metal here. I may bend it over this edge and run it right along the bottom of that edge, and then we'll just spray bomb it black or something, or blue, get a rattle can that gets it close, and then we'll be able to put our trim piece back down, and it'll have all new sheet metal to put our self-tappers in. It really won't be that bad. 2 pieces of sheet metal here, and drill 4 holes for the bolts for the seat, and it should be fine. If you look here, this metal here comes up and turns, and that's what supports all this stuff, and that stuff's all actually in pretty good shape. So like here, it looks pretty rough, but this will come up off of here, and there's our bolt hole, and it's rough, but it's not gone. I mean, it's still pretty strong. So what I'll do is I'll just wire wheel that. You guys have seen me do that before. I'll just wire wheel as much as I can get to once I cut the crap out of here. Spray a little bit of rust preventative, whatever, something that's better than nothing, and then we'll slap our new panel over top of it. We'll be good to go. It'll be good for as long as I'm alive, and that's all that really matters, right, guys? I mean, it's not like this thing's gonna go to Barrett-Jackson. We're just gonna, you know, buzz around. My wife says I sound old when I say bebop, but anyway, yeah, we're just gonna bebop around town. So I'm gonna go over here and start tackling this other seat now that my back's starting to feel a little better. Maybe get a sip of coffee. All right, guys, so this is why I did the passenger side first. As you can see, I got a bolt here in the back over here on the driver's side, and this is the front bolt. So, you know, I know how this comes out now because I did the better looking side first. Obviously this bolt is not gonna come out. It's gonna need cut off, chiseled out, ground off. Who knows what I'm gonna have to actually do to get that off of there. But it doesn't really matter because I know what's underneath there. I'm not scared. So, yeah, I'll just get to busting these bolts out, and if I come up with some slick way to get that off of there, I'll let you guys know. So check this out, guys. I'm getting this carpet out of here, but it is tough. But I found this cool little trick that works really good. Let me point you down here. So all this foam they just glued to the floor. That's why this thing's rotting out so bad. But I got a scraper on this little oscillating tool. Watch this. Pulls that foam right off of there. All this crap's left, but I mean, that's easy to get off of there with a wire wheel or whatever. That'll just knock right off. But to get, you know, the majority of it off of there quick, fast, and in a hurry, that's way easier than anything else I've come up with. You're basically just left with a little bit of peach fuzz and whatever adhesive they used. Back to the seat. What we got. I could actually get to the bottom side of both of these, and I sprayed them up with the old PB blaster, because once they start moving, the other bolts came loose, and the bottom of these bolts don't look any worse than the other ones. The big problem is just being able to grab onto the head. So as you've seen in the old time lapse, I took the wire brush and I cleaned up as much garbage as I could. Now I'm starting with the easiest one first, just to see if this even works. If it doesn't work here, it's obviously not going to work over there, but I just cleaned it up the best I could, went to the next smallest size socket. Probably should have used an impact socket, not this standard 3/4 socket. Beat it on there. The reason I'm using 3/4 is because I know I broke them loose with the 3/4 breaker bar before, and if it doesn't break loose with a 3/4, then, you know, it's probably just going to strip the head off this bolt, and I'm going to have to move on to the next option, which, as of right now, is going to be get out the cutoff wheel and grind some flats on it. I just wanted you guys to see the winner lose in real time. If I can get this to even budge a little bit, I'm just going to baby this thing out of here. It just budged. But it may have been my socket. I don't know, guys. It budged. I swear it did. Nope, it's just stripping that bolt. Like I said, it's, yeah. I mean, you can see how nasty that thing is. It's just, there's nothing left of it. So I went and got an 11/16 impact and a 5/8 impact. The 5/8 doesn't fit at all. I might try beating it on there. Grind it down just a little bit. One thing I really don't like in this situation here is how much taper is on the front of these sockets. Now I know why that's there. I mean, it helps you beat them on there, but I really need it to be biting way down on the bottom. It's not a con to these sockets by any means, because again, like I said, it helps you beat them on there when you're trying to put the wrong size on. Maybe I'll go grab a metric. Maybe something in metric will fit a little better. This 5/8, it's going on there. Let's do this, guys. I don't know why I'm using this Chevy wrench. I need to go get a Ford wrench. I'll be back. There we go, got the Ford wrench. Okay, wish me luck. Hey, it turned. It's actually turning remarkably easy. I'm gonna keep going until it starts to feel a little crunchy. If it feels crunchy, I'll hit it with a little lube and run it back in, but dude, that's a win. I will take any win I can. And that is 100% a win. Took a lot of work, but it actually came out. I got it to break loose. Like I said, once I got to the backside and got a little lube on those things because I could see them, and they didn't look, the nuts didn't look too bad. I knew if I could get them loose, they would come out, and I did. I took my little 3-inch angle grinder, as you saw in the old video there, and I just kind of ground down and tried to make the flats to get it enough that I could try and beat that 5/8 socket down on there like I did with the other one. And then just beat it down on there, put my ratchet on, wiggle it around a little. Now my breaker bar, my socket, wiggle it around and beat it on some more, wiggle it around. Made her happen. So I'm gonna finish taking this out and yeah, and we'll assess the damage. So here's the big reveal. How bad is it? Man, that sound is just funny. So that looks pretty rough, guys. Looks pretty rough. This whole bottom plate's all rotted out. Now, something cool that I will clue you in on, give you a little hint. So my other van, the old parts van over there, it has seats in it. They're not high-backed bucket seats. They're the short ones, and I don't really like those. I like these way better. I think they look cooler. But anyway, there's an extra set of swivels bases in my parts van because the guy told me when they were working on it, or whoever was working on it, trying to make a camper conversion mini house thing out of it, wanted swivel seats, so they went and hunted down a set of good swivel bases. So this base is pretty rotted out and crusty. There's only looks like there's only 4 bolts that unbolt the seat from the swivel base. So yeah, I'll check that one out, and if it's in better shape than this one, I'll just swap the base out and go on with life. Yeah. So that's pretty cool that I got that, but oh man, look at that. All that carpet coming up with the seat. Eek, pretty crunchy. I'll get all this ripped off of here. Swing that seat around. There, now we can really assess where the captain's chair is supposed to go here. It's pretty rough. This is pretty crusty. I'll get all this stuff cleaned up out of here. Sweep it all out with the shop vac, all that fun stuff. So let me get that done real quick. All right, so this is what we ended up with out of the van. That's a heck of a pile of junk, isn't it? But I expected that. Just wanted to show you guys how much crap we really got out of there. And that doesn't even have what's in my shop vac in it. So big old pile of junk out of the old van. That's good. Even if I don't do anything with the van for another month or two, at least that's not sitting in there just rotting away the floor and continuing to make things worse. Now check it out in here. Now, if you've never done floor pans before or any kind of body work, this is probably absolutely terrifying to you. But I'm not scared at all. I've done it before, not scared of it. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really not that bad. I thought it might be a lot worse than this, but it's really not. I pretty much just expected exactly what I see here. Now these lift up. It's pretty rusty down here, so I'll probably just make a patch panel to go across here. That's quick and easy. We're not doing a full frame off restoration. We're doing the old redneck restoration, or redneck rusto mod, whatever you guys want to call it. Let me know in the comments. Which one do you like better? And yeah, nothing really has to match. I'm going to order the factory patches for the front two corners because it includes this fender well, kind of inner fender well here, which obviously we need. And then we'll know how far down those panels come. Imagine, this is a piece of sheet metal. One big old piece of sheet metal I'll get. It'll come just over to this edge like that. On both sides, I'll measure it so it fits perfect. And then we'll be able to just slide it right up against those factory panels. I'll be able to cut this V-notch out so it looks perfect, just like it's supposed to be. I'll get a little piece of angle iron and we can bend it to remake this little lip around here, which will be quick and easy because we'll already have our V-notched out. We've got our template. That's why I'm not cutting anything out until we have our patch panels in, and then we'll do our sheet metal. I can get to the bottom sides of all the bolts on the driver's side, which I can't believe I walked that thing out. That's unbelievable. Super lucky on that. But I can throw our sheet metal down. I can mark it from the bottom side. Then I'll probably cut this out and get us a piece of angle iron and punch the holes in it, weld some nuts to the bottom side of it. We'll tack it in there, and then we'll be able to put our sheet metal down. Our sheet metal will have holes in it. It'll be just like factory. Put brand new bolts in it. Everything will line up good. Our sheet metal will come all the way over to this edge. I'm not going to cut this edge out. I'll probably just clean it up and hit it with some kind of rust preventative paint from somewhere. I'll get on YouTube, find another YouTuber that tells me what the best paint is, because I'm sure somebody out there's done all the research for me. And one of the many benefits of our YouTube community. And then yeah, we'll spray this with some rust-proofing stuff. We'll cut out all this junk. I'll probably leave that center section in there just to have something to help attach to and a little extra support. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go, but like I said, got a game plan going forward. The only thing that's real concerning to me, I guess, is these two bolts here, because these are the body mounts. And the body mounts on the bottom side of the van and the C-channel are in pretty good shape, but these things are just full of junk, so I'm going to try and spray something down in there to stop that from continuing to rust. And if I need to change those body mounts at some point, there's no way those bolts are ever coming out. So it's one of those things where I probably should address that now, but we're just going to kick that can down the road till later. Now the van does run. So right now I have my temporary floor panel and I have my temporary captain's chair. Sits right like this perfectly. I can sit right up in here. I can drive the van in and out of the shop so we can do little repairs or whatever. When these floor panels come in, I can show you guys how they fit, where we're going to cut them out and do all that fun stuff. Maybe I can get Jason to come over and help me work on these floors, since he's going to need a little practice for that little rabbit truck he's been wrenching on. And yeah, who knows, guys. I hope you are enjoying the Ford van project of mine. I really think this is going to be fun and cool to bebop around town. My wife thinks I sound like an old man when I say bebop around town, but anyway, it's not a race van, man. It's chilling. Have a good time. Go to the parts store van. So if you're new around here, thanks for checking out the video. I hope you really enjoyed the content. Like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends. I'm going to post some other videos of ours around my melon here. If any of those pique your interest, go check them out. And yeah, till the next video, keep on wrenching. Peace.